There is real jubilation for these fish and chips.
I saw it on TikTok and I just about lost my mind that it was here. I'm so excited.
And they'll wait, even if it's cold and windy out.
We went to London a few years ago, and so we've been looking for a place that had authentic British fish and chips.
Winston's British Fish and Chips was the idea of battleground businessman Timothy Johnson.
I want to create authentic British fish and chips for Americans to enjoy like I did when I was a child.
Except Johnson is not a chef. So he went online and researched the food and found chef Darren McGrady.
And I said, I've got to talk to this guy.
I looked at him and thought, food trucks.
The food truck is a much smaller footprint than what he's used to.
They just make me look good. I just splash some batter on me, go outside.
For 11 years, McGrady worked inside Buckingham Palace, cooking for the Queen of England. It's a job he sought after waiting outside the palace when Prince Charles and Diana were getting married.
So when I got home, I wrote a letter to the Queen and said, I want to be your chef.
That dream came true within a few months, but of course he started at the bottom.
But I always remembered my first cooking for the royals. And we'd gone to Balmoral Castle and they said, you're going to be dog chef. And I said, what does that mean? And they said, the Queen's got 12 corgis and you need to cook for the corgis. When it came to favorites, the dogs came first, and then the horses, and then her family, and the chefs were number 100 at the bottom.
He eventually worked his way to the top, becoming the head chef at Buckingham Palace.
If the Queen came into the kitchen, you stood to attention, you moved pans off the stove, and then you spoke to her if you needed to.
When Prince Charles and Diana split up, he became Diana's personal chef until her death in 1997. He then moved to the United States and started his own business ventures. Which brings us back to Winston's British Fish and Chips.
This is so tiny. This is like a walk-in refrigerator at Buckingham Palace.
The menu offers 5 choices. The favorite being 2 pieces of Alaskan cod dredged in flour, then dipped in the batter and dropped in the fryer to order. The chips are added with either a side of curry sauce or mushy peas. And it's all served in a box that looks more royal than your typical to-go container.
Thank you.
All right, so if you want to check it out, Winston's British Fish and Chips, located at 2711 Northeast Andreessen Road, that's in Vancouver. It's near the Vancouver Mall, just south of the Vancouver Mall area.
But it's not just the Queen that he cooked for.
No, you heard him there. He said he cooked for the Queen's corgis. Well, his next job, he thought he was peeling carrots, and so they said these are for the Queen's carrots. So he's like, I'm going to call my mom. I'm cooking for the Queen. And then he hands them to his other co-chef or whatever, and they put them in a bag. He goes, man, the Queen really likes your carrots. And he's like, oh, these aren't for the Queen. These are for the Queen's horses.
Oh my gosh.
So he slowly worked his way up, to the top of the food chain, I guess.
All the Queen's horses and all the Queen's corgis will eat well.
Yes.
Thanks for that guy.
Yep.